Hi, everybody. Woo. All right, today we have an exciting guest from the Escape game.
The infamous Escape game. So we'll make that introduction shortly. But everybody...
Theo, by the way.
Yeah, that's Theo, by the way. So welcome to Behind the Masterminds, episode 16 with the Escape game.
Yeah. Theo's currently in Nashville. So that's where their headquarters is. We'll talk about more on the Escape game in a bit. But before that, let's do a raffle for episode 14 and the conundrum box.
Let's go. Ooh, conundrum box. Big one. And
so the winner is going to win a copy of their Temple of the Sky Gods. So let's see. Ooh, winner's Anna.
Oh, Anna. Congratulations. Scarlet Envelope. Wow.
Please contact us.
Right. Yeah, congratulations, Anna.
Awesome.
Wow.
So today we have, let's say, Theo from the Escape game. First of all, they have a discount for us. For a 10% discount until the end of October. But we can release that later, right?
Yeah, we want you guys to stick with us for a little bit.
I just want to tease you.
But it is a 10% off code, and it's valid until the end of October. So you have this whole, it's almost.
Whole month to spend.
Not a whole month, it's almost over.
No, but it's like the 9th.
We got 2 weeks, 2 more weeks. Yeah.
Alrighty, so we're going to start with introducing who Theo is. Theo's earlier career was actually a teacher. He taught English overseas for 6 years.
Wow.
In 2016, he moved back to the US, and then he started to make tabletop games. And this quickly, obviously, became his passion. He started as a game guide with TEG. I'm just going to shorten it now. Opened their first shop in the Mall of America in 2017. And then eventually he actually moved to Nashville to join the game team as the game launch coordinator. But then he moved to his current position, the game designer, just after a month. So Theo has been participating in designing Escape the Iron Gate, which is the board game that we recently played. Ruins, which is an amazing physical escape rooms that we loved. Hanna Unlocked, and all the 3 digital Unlocked games, and then weekly puzzle subscription, which we should subscribe.
Yeah, if we can squeeze them in, we would love to.
Subscribe all the puzzles. All right, so our first question for you.
Yeah.
Would you want to leave that?
So our first question is, we're actually curious about how you became such an enthusiast for puzzles, since from an English teacher to a game designer, I mean, it's a bit of a leap. So, I mean, did you have to study for that, or, did you play a lot of games and it just naturally came to you as a hidden talent, like, that you discovered?
Yeah, so I would definitely say I've been a gamer my entire life. From very small, playing games. I have 7 siblings. There are 8 of us. So there's always someone to play some kind of games with. And I've loved games my whole life. And I went into teaching after college, and I was teaching overseas, teaching English, and I was teaching a lot of children. And turns out kids love learning through games. So I spent a lot of time just making kind of simple classroom games for simple English, and that was where my kind of spark for game design came from, I think.
Oh, okay. But then, like, you were just able to make puzzles out of, you're like, I can make puzzles. I don't think we can. All of a sudden, it's like, yes, I'm a puzzle maker.
It kind of just clicked for me from playing so many games. I'm a huge, we'll use Zelda as an example. I'm a huge Zelda fan, and if you're familiar with the series, when you see all of the items in a puzzle, at a certain point in the game, you start to be able to figure it out before you even start. So I kind of took that as a hint to work backwards. So I figure out what I want the answer to be, so to speak, and then kind of make the puzzle from there, working backwards.
Ah, okay. I feel like a lot of people use that method as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, do you, like, since you're working backwards, do you also work twists and turns backwards also, so it's not as obvious?
Yeah, it's like, that's a great question. Like, you have your answer, you have the things you need to get to the answer, and then you got to figure out how to make the things to get to your answer very obscure and how to make them take extra steps, basically adding steps in between that the start point and the end point.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
And also, since you've been pretty much with the escape games since they reopened, what have you noticed in terms of the philosophy of their business? Like most of the escape rooms we know just have physical rooms. Not many would branch out into board games, puzzle designs, and digital games now. Did they always have like a vision since day one to create products other than physical escape games?
Yeah, I think so. I've been, I think they opened in 2014, and I've been with the company for about 3 years now. So I missed the first few years, but I would guess that, yes, they always had an idea of branching out into other things. Our owners are all game lovers as well, so I'm sure they had a few ideas about it early on.
Oh, okay. So what was the like sequence wise? Did the board game come out first and then or your weekly subscription? Like what was it?
Yeah, so I can't exactly remember when the puzzle club started. I think it's called Friday Puzzle Club, and every Friday we'll send out a puzzle and an answer. It's not very hard. Maybe it takes a couple minutes tops. And I think that started around the same time as the board game. When I was making the board game, I was having to create a lot of puzzles. I think if you play the game, you've seen the stack of cards. There's a lot of puzzles, and
yeah, all 300 of them.
Yeah. We didn't even open the third packet of the puzzle.
That's great. But while making those, I mean, I got a little better at making puzzles, and we had a little bit of a surplus, so we decided to try and get a little bit more puzzles out there, and get people drawn in a different way.
Yeah, sure. I mean, totally. And then the escape game is so quick at catching up with the market and trend, right?
Yeah.
Even since COVID, you put out 4 digital games, various weekly puzzles, and then the 4 remote games, which I feel like in a company-wise, that's probably the most we've seen.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. So how big is the supporting team? And do you usually have a deadline that you must hit, like put 1 digital game per month out or something?
We don't really have any, like, do 1 a month or anything like that. It's more like, all right, let's get this next game out, and then we'll spend however long we need to get it ready, and then put it out. The team that works on it, it's really hard to say, because a lot of people from our different departments help out in one way or another, and there's a core team of a few of us, but we wouldn't be able to do anything without the rest of the team. So yeah, we're just trying to put out as much as we can, and in
your Nashville office though, like how many team members you have?
That's another difficult question, because we've been working from home, not 100%, but we're doing a lot of working from home.
Okay. So it's like basically like particular, if you needed a particular thing, then they'll bring you in to do that specific project.
Right. And like when we're, for example, testing our remote games, the other game designer and I will go in and make sure everything's flowing, make the changes. There's some small changes between the standard live games and the remote games. And one thing that we've done that's really interesting is we are able to play the remote games, and then next game is a live game, and have that change over time and kind of keep everything flowing pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed that even the digital games are put out very fast. Like maybe 2 months, you'll give one new one to the players who are eagerly waiting for the next one already.
We're trying, yeah. And it's something that we've had to transition to since this year, and everything that comes with this year. And I feel like we're getting better at it. So we're able to produce a little bit faster. So that's been nice.
Yeah.
Did you have a question?
Well, I was just gonna say that I love the casting that you guys do for like the people that are in the games, like the Ruins, the guy for the Ruins, and the guy for Unlocked. Like I just feel like these characters are so likable, and people are just drawn to their personalities. So you guys do a great job with the casting.
Thank you. Yeah, I totally agree. That you brought up the Ruins actor, Captain Mac.
Yeah.
We love him.
Hopefully we see more of him.
Right. Yeah, we never had so many people ask about a character after a game than with Captain Mac. He's a big hit.
Well, hopefully, because Rogue Scientist has a different character. Like, hopefully the other one returns as well somehow. You guys somehow work it in where I feel I keep saying it's a prequel to lead up to current day, but I don't know. That's just me. It's just a suspicion. I mean,
She's jumping over my questions. I'm gonna be so mixed up later because I was.
I get excited. I get excited when I talk about the escape game stuff. I mean, it's like a whole world you guys created. So. All right, I'll continue. So I know the Iron Gate has been it's been out for a while now, and we just recently had a chance to play it. But I mean, it's still a product you carry in every store. Has it been selling quite well, like during the COVID period? And it's obviously it's a great game with the family, but we only had 2 people and Lily, our dog, was our 3rd member. But I feel like we were still able to have fun, but at the same time, like it had a lot of mix of like different things and taboos and like Pictionary and strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, we love the quality and the colors that you chose for the game as well. So we were just wondering what the inspiration and concept, other than obviously you said it was somehow to relate it to your Prison Break game.
Yeah.
But anything else that you feel like that came out from that?
Yeah, so the color scheme, our graphic designers are amazing. And when we were talking about what we were going to do as kind of the look of the entire game, we looked back at when Prison Break is set, and it's set in, I believe, in the 1950s.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to kind of reflect a little bit of that with the coloration style of the game. So we went with kind of the
it's like a retro color.
Yeah, the oranges and that shade of green and all that, and even the printing of it. It's
the orange is not the new green.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, just that's where we mostly drew the inspiration, kind of like 1950s magazine style.
Yeah, and the quality is so well made. Like the box, the cardboard, all the pieces.
Yeah, I mean
they
made it in in mind that the game is going to be replayable, which is why it has to be kind of able to sustain like dog scratches.
Did Cece get pretty into it? She scratched a lot of them.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Lily.
Lily is definitely had a lot of fun with those dices.
Yeah, at one point she was standing on the board. So
Nice.
I need to test its durability on this game.
She's like, I'm taking over.
It passed the dog test. That's all that matters.
Yeah, definitely could put that as a description as dog food. So we have a question from Lee. Hey, Lee Ballin. First of all, he wants to say, hey, Theo, regarding the digital games, in your projections, will you guys keep producing them and as the world goes back to normal? And do you guys believe that they still have a market? Like, will it still have a market for it?
Yeah. So I'll go with it first of all. First of all, hey Lee, what's up? It's been a while, man. Hope you're doing well. So the digital games, I believe we will keep going with them after the world goes back to normal, and I do believe they'll still have a market. I think they are great, and one thing that the state of the world has kind of shown us now is that online games over Zoom and other chat clients are really fun and a lot better than I would have imagined they would have been before everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we'll definitely keep it going.
Yeah, and I think like previously I got a like actual box from you guys from that episode volume 1 of the heist, but now I can't even find it on the website, but because you transitioned into the digital version, so I feel like that must be doing pretty well. Are you gonna still have those boxes back, or kind of ending that?
I'm not sure if we'll go back to the physical versions. It might be like our latest Unlocked, just completely digital. Version 2 is actually originally going to be like Unlocked Volume 1, where there was some physical components, but we changed that over as well to be all digital. Yeah, we'll see. It's a big question mark until the world goes back to normal, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed both because first we played the digital one before we played the box one, and the digital one was just amazing. We had so much fun with it, and then playing the box one, it still had that certain appeal, but you know, it was a little bit different.
You're always going to have players.
You're sitting around a table while doing it, as opposed to all looking at a screen. So,
and you're always going to have players who loves to like have that like paper smell and the touching of the physical, puzzle pieces and items. So those are definitely going to be some other fans of the group. I think we can release those discount codes now.
What do you guys think? You guys want that 10% off? We're seeing a lot of likes and hearts.
Yeah. Let's get it out. All right.
Let's get one more question out the way.
Okay.
One more question? All right.
Fine.
Yeah. Number 5. So.
All right. Now, so let's talk about the collaboration with the Amazon original Hanna. So when you got that assignment, were you nervous or excited? I mean, this is definitely going to be a huge amount of audience playing that game, right? The fans of the show, the people who want to be playing it because it's just free, and then you have the escape room community, the puzzle lovers. So was this different than designing one of your other Unlocked games? And like the puzzle that you needed to do for this project, do you need it to get approved by Amazon, or were there any restrictions that you can do or can't do?
Yeah, so we were very excited. I was familiar with Hanna. I saw the movie that they made a few years ago, and I thought it was great. And then once we found out we were going to do the Amazon show, I was very excited. I liked the story. It's really cool. Amazon had... they didn't say, don't do this, or do this, but we made the game and put it in front of them, and they said, maybe we'll change this one and this one, or maybe if you guys can make changes to these. So that was an interesting process. It was good interesting. Sometimes interesting means bad. It was very good interesting. It was a good working relationship, and it was definitely a different way to design. Because typically we are making up our own stories and we are making up our own characters and all of that. So having a story that both people had a background in, they understood some things about the show or what was happening before they started the game, and we needed to bring on people who had no idea what was going on and had never seen the first season or anything. So making that game was very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Did you have teams from Amazon as well that was also, working with you guys, or was it all just you guys designing all the game components?
All of the game components were us, yes.
Oh, okay. Nice.
We recently heard of another collaboration, like I'm not sure if you're able to disclose yet, that is super exciting. So,
I don't even remember what it is, but sure, he does.
I do because I am so excited, but I don't think it's able to be disclosed yet. But
I don't think I can disclose it. But stay tuned. I mean,
I'm really mentioning it for you guys to just stay tuned and check out the website for updates, because
curious.
Yeah, it's definitely going to blow your mind from what I heard.
Yeah. I'm curious on how many team members worked on that, the Hanna one.
The Hanna one, again, it was like the bigger team was really helpful with everything, and our core team was about 5 or 6 of us.
Oh, okay.
Kind of going at working at it every day, and then the rest of the auxiliary team were just there whenever we needed them.
Support. It's like, you can do it.
Yeah.
How long did that take?
I believe start to finish, that was, I want to say 2 to 3 months. Very intense game design sessions in those first few weeks, but they were fun.
And that one had a deadline though, right? Because of the premiere of the new season that was coming out, right?
Yeah. We were again working backwards, but this time from the date. So we knew when season 2 was going to come out, and we tried to work to get it out right around that time.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, Brendan, stop it. Just give it to
All
him.
right. If you guys want that 10% off discount code, which is valid until October 31st of this year, it's Escape the Rumors. Make sure you spell the name the way we spell it.
Oh,
All caps, Escape the Room with a small ERS at the end,
Yeah.
and you will get 10%
And this
off.
is only valid on their website, so
Yeah.
not on Amazon. Don't ask me why the code doesn't work. It only works on their website, the Escape game.
Yeah, so go check that out. Check out their website.
Cool. All right, so now, you want to go do this one?
So number 6. Now, well, first of all, do you guys call it TEG, or you guys still saying TEG Unlocked?
TEG.
Okay.
Some people call it TEG, some call it TEG. I always call it TEG.
All right. So now that the TEG Unlocked games, we noticed that the first 2 are linked in terms of storyline. You had Chasing Hahn and then the Silk Road. But the third one is on its own, the Rogue Scientist 1990. Will you continue Volume 1 and Volume 2? Like, is there a Volume 3 for that? And then, or did that story end already? And will this new one, the Rogue Scientist 1990, have a sequel for that?
So, Rogue Scientist 1990, there will be a sequel for that. That'll directly relate to what you saw and happened in that game. The first 2 volumes, we don't have any plans currently to continue those. However, I wouldn't say any story is ever finished.
Oh.
And I think I saw someone mention a lot of the escape games. We just missed catching our target. So we got to catch them sometime.
Yeah.
Like, you're starting a trend here. Like, we're never going to be catching the bad guy. You keep ordering us into playing more. Like, no, next time you're going to catch him. No, next time you're going to.
The character of the guy, he reminds me of Benji from Mission Impossible.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, he reminds me of Benji. Like, we're Tom Cruise. And
We need to
he's
bring him
Benji.
back, though. He's hilarious.
Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot.
The one from the first 2?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, not to say we don't like the guy from Rogue Scientist. It's a whole different storyline.
Well, he
different
needs
world.
to play with more serious character, but the other guy was really, really great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We have a friend. Your friend Tim says that you're one of the best guys. he
Theo
knows.
is one of the best guys he knows.
Holding to fish. Yeah.
Tim Bice.
And then Krista wants to know, does this also work for the remote? The discount code?
I'm not sure.
I think it's only for the unlocked games.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll double check that for you though.
Yeah.
Okay, so going on to the next question. This is just our curiosity, but I mean, we already asked, kind of like lead into it. But like the guy who's playing Volume 1 and 2, right? Is he a professional actor? And also, do you guys actually like hire them as professional actors, or they're just like? Do you have auditions? Can we play a free game and you just act for us? Or is it like one of those kind of?
Or some of them game masters that are actually at your location said, "Hey, can you memorize the script? We're gonna bring you into the game."
And then also like just continue on to the other question is that we noticed that for all your digital games are more like a production versus a game. Are there actually separate department that makes the filming aspect of the games?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, so all of our actors are professional actors. We hire them. Interestingly enough, a lot of them are local, and one time I was out shopping and I ran into Captain Mac, and I kind of like froze up and like stared at him. I was completely starstruck, and I didn't say anything, I guess, and then walked away. It was great. So yeah, we use a lot of professional actors. There are times where we use some in-house talent. Like, for example, one of our marketing team members was the voice of the phone tree in Unlocked 3. So little things like that. And you had a second part to your question that I'm now forgetting. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just wondering if there's like a separate department that makes like
for the
film
filming.
production, or do you hire like production company to do that?
Yeah, so our marketing team handles all of that. They write scripts, they hire actors, they do the shoots and everything. They are amazing and
So
they're
everything
fantastic.
is pretty much.
Yeah, there's some like footage we use, like stock footage and stuff. Like it's hard to get a helicopter taking off. We're not that big.
Nice. No, I realized like even your intros for your escape rooms is really interesting. 'Cause sometimes we get semi just saying like in context or just animated characters, but these are like real people playing the certain characters in the game that makes it intriguing to go into the room right away. So
yeah,
it's a big collaboration too. Like as the game designers, we see the scripts and we make suggestions. We try and add more, sometimes flavor that we understand in the game from designing it, rather than just writing the scripts or doing different story elements.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
And then talking about the TEG Unlocked digital games, we have a raffle with.
Who wants to win all three? All three. Volume 1, Volume 2, and here's another question: you keep calling it Volume 3, so I get confused. Like it's not a continuation, but it's Volume 3, so to speak.
In their series, it's like the third in their series
of the Unlocked series, pretty much.
That's what I usually say.
Yeah.
So, all right. So everyone, type in the secret phrase. The secret phrase is "Unlock my adventure now."
Unlock my adventure now. If you want those 3 unlocked games, which are definitely going to keep you occupied.
I mean, if you've already seen what Hanna is like because it's a free game, then you kind of already know what to expect.
Yeah, definitely has that same quality throughout.
Yeah.
All right, so let's continue on to question number.
Well, you want to talk about this one because you love Ruins. So.
Yeah, so Ruins is up there for me. Every time somebody's asked us out of the 500 at-home games that we played in terms of the remote ones, which one is my favorite, and I've always said Ruins. I mean, there's a lot that I can say that are at the top, but Ruins is definitely up there at the top 5 for me. So just a question, since I'm sitting with the guy who has a lot of responsibility on the creation of it. So we played it online. I wish we played it in person, but and it was so amazing. And we are definitely considering revisiting this game when it opens in New York City. So will it be the same? Like, I mean, we haven't gotten a chance to visit your Nashville office yet, but it was amazing to see how big the space was when we played the remote games over there. You literally feel like you got off of a plane wreck. But I mean, was that real, by the way?
Is that plane real? I mean,
is that plane
I really want to know.
Like and you guys have it on site or something?
No, we built that.
Wow. Okay.
That's
all right.
crazy.
And then I don't want to give away too much, but then you enter into a jungle. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. But designing the puzzles for an actual escape room must be different than the digital games. So, what are some challenges to switch your creative mindset going from one to the other? And what are some obstacles that you've encountered doing that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think one thing that is really helpful when trying to kind of translate physical puzzles into digital puzzles or puzzles that we can do in a remote setting, something that was really helpful was actually working from home and like working with the other game designer remotely and being able to kind of just test things from our home offices. Like it's definitely a challenge, and one of the things, especially with Ruins, is it's a very physical game. There's a lot of things that you're meant to touch and interact with very physically, and trying to make that into the remote game was absolutely challenging, but it was a really good kind of transition for us as a company. Not that we're not making escape games anymore, but as we're doing more digital games, it was a good like how to make all these digital and remote adventures for us.
Yeah.
So like now when you're designing a physical room, if you're designing like a new one coming soon, do you have to always keep that remote in your mindset? Like, oh, maybe one day that's going to be remote, so I can't put this puzzle in there now because it won't work.
Or maybe at the same time when you're thinking about it, physical and remote, that you are kind of simultaneously designing it for both.
Yeah, that's kind of the angle I've been trying to take. Have something that works for both, or can be tweaked minimally to work for both.
But you know, like our favorites, like a lot of the puzzles that you guys design are the physical ones that are, you know, that is like wow moments where you turn something or put something on.
So jealous watching this guy play Ruins. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Let's trade places, please. I want to.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like, you know, those must be really hard to translate to the remote, you know, version.
Yeah.
So you might lose out on that piece of quality.
Yeah, and that's something we want to keep in mind while we're designing too. Like, if something is a great remote and not so great physical, we probably will move on to a different idea. We might scrap it, we might save it for later and try to adjust it. But it's very important for us to be designing with that in mind now. Like, it's a very good point. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like it's
well, we played Prison Break in person recently, actually, at the New York City location, and I'm so glad that we played that in person because it was a very physical room.
I'm wondering how you would do that remote. Actually, it's quite interesting. No, I'm not gonna say anything. It's like certain parts, I don't know how that was gonna work.
I love that game, by the way. I really love it. It was one of my favorite prison games, and I feel like, you know, if we would have played that remotely, I wouldn't have been able to really
especially the high ceiling.
The whole feel of, the ceiling height and just feel of going through, navigating. You really felt like you were there. Like, the decor was amazing, and I think you can't really absorb that really through camera, you know, unless, you know, you have a really great, you know, camera guy, and, you know, you have a second person on, you know, an avatar and a second person on the camera that's showing you. But yeah, that's hard to really show off.
I guess the thing is, if you are near that location, definitely go into their physical games. But if not, then, you know, you gotta try the remote.
It's the next best thing. Definitely is the next best thing to play remotely. But yeah,
there's definitely a lot of limitations.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite game you've designed so far at this escape game, and why? It could be one from before that no longer exists, or one from the recent projects.
Well, I love Ruins. Ruins was my first big project that I was game designer right from the beginning, and had a lot of input and made a lot of decisions. It's one of my babies. And Escape from Iron Gate as well, the board game we have. Tabletop games are one of my big passions. That's what I do in my free time. So having a chance to create a tabletop game, a family game, I played it with all of my family, and like I said, I have a very big family, so making a family game was very satisfying.
So you've played Iron Gate with your family?
I have.
And what are their, like, how did they get along with it? Like, were they picking it up? Were they like...
Yeah, they, everyone picked it up. I have certain rules when I play my own games with people. I don't tell them the rules. I let them learn them themselves, because it's good for me to watch and learn where they're having problems and that sort of thing. But by the time we released it, we had a very good rule book, so that wasn't too big of an issue. And I also don't try and win, especially in a game where I made all the puzzles. I don't think that's very fair. But they loved it. They had a great time. A few times we played it. My whole family, they all live in Minnesota, and I think they all have it and still play it sometimes. So
yeah, like when we did the game, I feel like it was much less like, I think the way I said it in the review was less gruesome than Catan, because we didn't have to like fight over or like, you know, try to get stuff like barter with each other or whatnot. So then this kind of trade was a lot more like peaceful. It was like, would you like this? I was like, no, but then I was like, fine, then I'll just get it from the commissary.
Yeah.
You know, like it wasn't like I really needed you, but like as Catan is like, no, please give it to me now. Like I need this piece in order to complete this game.
Well, what's great about, you know, your game and you being able to play it is that even though you created the puzzles, when it comes to like the action puzzles, you still need other people to kind of get what you're going or what you're trying to convey to them. So it's not really like, you know, all in your favor. You have to work together to, you know, get the answer.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're not so great at charades, then oh well.
Yeah, you better be good at drawing.
Yeah, no, not that either. Yeah. But I mean, those are our actually two favorites. I wrote that in the review too. I was like, I love charades and Pictionary. So these are like, you know, you have them in both of these games, so which is really awesome.
Well, I love the puzzles too. The way, because it's not like all typical puzzles. Because we were going through the first couple without shuffling, and then we're like, oh, I'm just like, wait, let's go to the bottom.
Yeah,
and
so
like,
guys,
oh, we should have shuffled.
Yeah.
That's one problem I've heard a lot of people. They're like, yeah, we just kind of kept on running to the same kind of puzzle. I was like, ooh, did you shuffle those decks?
Yeah. I need to put that in there.
Last question for you is, without the risk of getting fired, what new projects can you tell us about that may be releasing in the near future from the escape game?
He's like, oh no, they're all gonna get me fired.
I don't know if I can give away any, but we have. I can give a little information. We have one game that everyone will be able to try for a limited amount of time. We have another game that that a lot of people will be able to play.
I feel like we're playing.
I wish I could tell you more.
Yeah, we're playing charades right now. It's like
basically said that everybody's able to play our games.
No, he also said
he
said it's a game that everybody's able to play. Like, and we're like,
and then there's another game that everybody's still able to play, but for only a limited time.
That's right. By the escape game.
There's going to be winners. There'll be losers.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Theo.
That's a great way to release something.
Oh, man.
All right, so we're up to our trivia segment of Think or Drink.
Yeah, so one more time, you guys, if you notice the scrolling, 10% off, use the code ESCAPETHEROOMers until the end of October. And if you haven't typed it in yet, the secret phrase is Unlock My Adventure Now. And you'll have a chance to win all 3 unlocked games.
Yeah. Oh, look, Krista actually said it's a taboo. I think we should let Theo charade out what game it is without telling us.
Wait. Let's.
He's like,
that might. Thanks, Krista. I love the suggestion. Like maybe. I mean, because if we're able to get it, we earned it, right? I mean.
Charade out an idea.
Oh, that's a great idea, and I wish I was any good at charades.
3 words. The escape game.
Yeah, it's a game.
Oh, there you go. All right,
we can't get him fired. Sorry. All right, we're gonna move on.
Yeah, let's get him drunk instead. We're going to play. All right.
By the end of this show, he will reveal it without us even asking him.
Yeah. So we got to make sure that he gets them all wrong.
Oh, that's true.
So we ask questions from our guests about their games, their designs, anything related to what they do in the escape room industry. If they get it right, then we take a drink. If they get it wrong, then they take a drink.
Well, yeah. So today's game is going to be about just Iron Gate, because we recently played that. It might not work in your favor because it's an older game, but it will work in our favor.
Yeah. Theo, what are you drinking over there?
I got some delicious orange juice.
Oh.
You're like, wait,
Is
hold
that
on, let me
spiked
change the
orange
soda now.
juice?
It's not for.
Is
Going
that
back to.
I'm still trying not to get fired. So just some orange juice.
Can we name drop what type of orange juice brand that is? Is it?
Oh, whatever you get from Aldi, I don't know.
All right, so I'm revisiting one that I've had on the show before, but a different flavor. It's truly lemonade hard seltzer, but this is the plain lemonade. I'm gonna see how this one goes. And
Well, you're definitely not doing the hemp one anymore from the last show. It was
I went to sleep right away and
That
woke up
was
with the
not a good
munchies,
idea.
and killed my day. All right, so we're gonna use a timer on here. You have 10 seconds from after we ask the question. Good luck.
All right.
All right. I mean, all the players might want to chime in. So
Oh
let's
yeah,
put that
if you want to help Theo out with his orange juice, I mean, not drinking his orange juice and getting his vitamin C, feel free to chime in.
All right. Our first question is, how many dices are in the game? He's like, this is a trick question.
6?
Yes, it's 6.
Alright.
I didn't know.
Start them
how-
off easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Ease into it. I like it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And also, I'm hoping the game is not right in front of you right now.
It's not. It's not.
Ooh,
Cheers,
that's
check.
good. That's good stuff. All right. Our second question for you, I just brought the clock back, is how many tokens are in the game, and was yellow one of the colors?
I believe there are 8. I think we're talking player tokens, and yellow is not one of the colors.
So I thought it was because we were playing in really dim light, and I said yellow in the unboxings, but sure. That was actually white after I checked. Oh,
It was a 50-50.
yellow.
In the unboxing, though, it's going to say yellow.
In unboxing is yellow,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, because our Lily, our detective number 3,
Mhm.
picked out that color, and
That was her
immediately-
favorite color, is
yeah.
yellow. Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So if I rolled a AA on my dice, what does that mean?
It means that you must draw an action card rather than drawing a puzzle card.
I think there's more to that. You're supposed to draw 2 cards.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yes, I got him on one
Got
of
him
them.
with one. Got him with one.
The technicality.
Do you know what it is, though? Just while we're on it, what the other card is?
Yes, it's one of the blue cards.
I thought there were like 2 blue cards.
Yeah, it was
can't
like 2
remember.
different shades of blue. Nice try. I like that. He's
Yeah.
it's in the blue.
It's in the blue category.
Somewhere in the rainbow, you know.
It's a lucky card. You draw a lucky card, and then you draw an action.
And then you draw the action card.
Yes.
All right. Question number 4 for you. Let me bring the clock back.
All right.
All right. What's the best item to get in the game and why?
That would be the cake, because it's a wild card.
That's right. You know
You said he was
what?
starting him off easy.
No.
He's killing
He
this
already
right
said
now.
that he plays it with his family, like.
But how long ago?
Probably still.
Like last night?
Probably over Zoom. He's like, guys, I have a trivia tomorrow. We need to practice on this.
8 o'clock Eastern time, or All right. So
The next question.
Yeah.
All right.
The clock back. Go ahead.
Now that he is answering all of this, I'm gonna make it harder. Okay. Name all the common items.
Toilet paper. Oh no.
He's like, oh no, time's running out.
We'll let you keep going. Go ahead.
It's been a little bit since I've played the game.
I was going to tell him to name one, but then it was too easy. That's why I made
Well,
it.
it's funny because post COVID, the first thing was like toilet paper.
Right.
That's a rare item, by the way, not common. So,
Yeah. Well, now it's a rare item.
Yeah.
It was a different time, you know.
Toilet paper, clothes, book, toothbrush, and cash. Cash is definitely common, rare.
You got that vitamin C.
Oh yeah.
And this last question is a bonus question.
Yeah.
So
we need to know if he knows Pig Latin.
yeah,
now.
do you know how to speak Pig Latin?
Yes.
Okay. It's been a while, or
I think
you're good
I might be good. I might be good.
So
Okay.
now you're gonna answer this question in Pig Latin.
in Pig Latin.
Okay.
All right. So here's the clock. The bonus question for you is where. Sorry, I say where, and she's like, it's where. Where can you trade the flashlight?
The flashlight. I want to say the Orton's office way.
Is that good? I don't know.
Well,
Pig
it's
Latin.
actually they Arden's way, Office A, but we'll give it to you.
Okay, thank you. I was like, I don't know how to do the vowel starts are a little confusing. I appreciate that.
Give it up for Theo. Thank you so much for playing Think or Drink with us. That was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
Thank you. That was really great also to get an overview of a company that does all three types of games, the tabletops, the digitals, and the physical escape rooms, and also to have a designer who's able to be in, a close touch with the three types of games that you can design all
like
at once.
it's more like you're crossed over with like different platforms of like this escape room games in general.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
great.
Thank you so much, and thanks for all our listeners tuning in. And this week we actually have a special announcement because our Sunday we have another show.
Oh yeah, so
back
episode 17. We're just back to back here
Soon I feel like we were just like, why
with
did we have one
Constructed Adventures
Yeah,
on us.
That one's going to be really fun because we're going to be doing puzzles along with our audiences. So everyone tune in, could perhaps win a prize if they can answer the question. So tune in for that. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. See you soon. Thanks, Theo.
For hints and clues for you to think it through. Leaderboard or not is whether you win or lose. 3 hints left for me to choose. 2 hints left for me to use. 1 hint left for me to move. Time is running out, gotta figure something out.